just got a package delivered, and I think that it is our food. There it is. America's Best Value Meal. Every plate. All right, let's check this out. All right, so I've never opened an Every Plate box before. It seems a little bit smaller than my HelloFresh one, but I don't know, that could just be just me. So let's open this up. All right, perks from our friends, special offers. Usually those are like discounts and stuff. So the first thing I notice is that their ingredients cards are much smaller. So they're quite a bit smaller. They're just a half a page instead of a full page. So the front of it is what they send. Right here it says what you'll need. Chef's tips right there. Okay, and what I've got today is chili honey butter chicken, gravy lovers meatballs, and gravy smothered pork chops. This is the first time I've received a food subscription that has biscuits, so I'm just curious what that's all about. So it says it's Pillsbury buttermilk homemade biscuits, so I think that's really neat. It's got the same packaging to keep everything cool. All right, so theirs comes with a little bag zipped up with ingredients in it. Oh wow, okay. And a box that holds other ingredients. I guess this is just the bread was carefully placed on top here. Yeah, so this has just your vegetables. This does need to go in the fridge, but this has your vegetables and your bread. So vegetables and bread in the box. And then the same recyclable bags right here that still, I can break up the ice in it, but it's still very, very cold. And our meat. So boneless, skinless chicken breast, boneless pork chops, and ground beef. This looks like exactly the same brand that HelloFresh uses as far as meat goes. It is the same exact packaging, so that doesn't surprise me a bit. Make sure. Oh wow, so 3 ice packs in here. I'm really excited. I like how it came like this, but at the same time, my brown bags from HelloFresh, I'm not gonna have to pick out which ones I need for each meal. This is nice and handy for me just to put this in my fridge like so. I'll probably leave the bread out. I guess it doesn't really matter. But just to put that in my fridge, that's fine, but then I'll have to go and pick it out. That's not a big deal, but that's just not what I'm used to with HelloFresh. They are bagged individually. I just grab a bag and it has everything in it. So this is just a little different, but I am excited to cook one of these meals for you guys and see if I have any issues with it whatsoever. Oh man, they look so good. Okay, that's it for this one. Hey y'all, I am back. Hey y'all, I am back with another little cooking thing. So if this isn't for you, then be on the lookout for a new video coming soon with the Melony part of Melony and Molly. Today we are trying Every Plate. I had just gotten done with HelloFresh, and I had a little bit already to compare HelloFresh to Every Plate with. Things that I just don't love. It's not that it's bad, it's just I'm a person of routine and habit, and I have my own ways that I've gotten used to doing HelloFresh. So tonight I'm going to be cooking the last meal of our subscription. I've already made 2 other meals. I was trying to film earlier when I made lunch, but I have a 4-year-old and things just didn't go as planned.
Dear Mommy, I'm so sorry, and I'm going to be kind and sweet, but maybe. Blah, blah, blah.
And I felt like when I got back on camera, I just seemed frustrated and flustered. So I just I just cut and I said I'll do it tonight for dinner. So I've made the chili honey butter chicken, and that was delicious. Like, it was so good. It was very, very good. Today we had gravy lovers meatballs, which was also delicious, very good. And tonight we're having gravy smothered pork chops. So that's for dinner tonight. But the reason I mentioned that this is the last meal I'm cooking is because one of the things that I've noticed. So I'm not going to the refrigerator to get a brown bag like I usually do with HelloFresh. Instead, I'm getting the box that was sent with all of the produce, even the condiments and spices. These were in a separate bag. So let me go get the box and I'll explain what I haven't just loved about every plate. Okay, so this is the box. Everything came in this all together, and that's not bad, but I'm used to grabbing a bag with HelloFresh. I miss my bag that I used just to throw, trimmings in, wrappers from spices and such. I just miss having that there. And with this, I had to sort through the box to make sure that I grabbed everything needed for a recipe. Is that difficult? No. It's a little inconvenient when you're used to just kind of having everything already put together for you. So I went through my recipe cards and I realized that, they gave me a bulb of garlic, and I had to make sure I wasn't grabbing more than what I needed for the recipe. And if you watch the HelloFresh one, you know that we love garlic and all things spices and flavor and cheese. So I had to look through the other recipe cards, like, did I get enough for this recipe? Am I only supposed to do this much? I had to go over it quite a few times to make sure that I didn't leave something in here or accidentally grab something. If something calls for onion, did I get the right amount, or is there only one onion being used? Do I need, just kind of going through that. I wasn't used to that. So what's left in this box should just be what I need for tonight's meal, which is biscuits. Put those over there. We have some green onion and some carrots. So that's what's left in this box. Oh, and the garlic that I had to, do the thing with. Peel, break apart, I don't know. So tonight I am gonna use this little box here because it's empty and I have it ready for me. It'll be convenient, I'll be glad to have it, but I didn't have it for the other ones. The other thing I noticed is because of the way that they packaged it with one box and this bag right here, is I thought that all of this, my fault, was non-perishable type items. So spices and condiments that did not need to be refrigerated. But I realized the other day when I was getting out the condiments and such that it had sour cream packets in it that should have been refrigerated. So thankfully I have sour cream on hand. I used that in the recipe earlier. It also calls for it in this recipe. So I probably used 2 bags worth earlier. It doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is you have to be more aware of what you're grabbing if there's multiple for multiple recipes. It's just something that you have to go through, and it's an extra step that you have to think about. So what's left is fry seasoning and chicken stock. All right, so with every plate, I pay $26.95 for a week's worth of meals. I say a week's worth, it's their 3 meal per week, 2 servings per meal. It was $26.95 because of a discount they gave, and I wasn't sure it was going to work with my schedule, so I was going to try to do this one at a later date, but then it said, oh, we'll give you another so much percentage off. That's why it's $26.95. I don't know the exact cost without the discounts, but I'm thinking that it's probably around $40 to $50. Could be a little bit less than that, but I'm thinking it's going to be around that $40 mark, which is really good. So I'm spending $61.93, I think it is, with HelloFresh a week, and with Everyday Plate it is cheaper. Also, the packaging, if that's a huge inconvenience, if that's worth $20 difference or whatever it might be, I know that it's cheaper than HelloFresh, then that's great if that's what you want to do, if that's the route you want to go. The meals, all of these meals seemed really heavy, which is not necessarily bad, and I know that they have other options. So this says custom plate. This dish is eligible for custom plate. You can add, swap, upgrade, or double your protein to your heart's content. So if that's something that you've done, maybe you're not doing pork chops, maybe you decided to swap it out for chicken, or maybe you needed extra pork chops. So they've got you covered if you want to do something like that. I think that's really neat, and it's different than what HelloFresh offers. So far, I've enjoyed HelloFresh's, is that even a word? I've enjoyed their variety more than some of these others that I've seen. These 3 meals, and it could have just been what I picked out. I've just picked out some heavy meals, and since we had it for lunch and now we're turning around and having a gravy-ish dinner, then it just seems really heavy for today, but worth it. And the time schedule that I have this week, it's just what I've got to do. We've enjoyed all of our meals. My favorite one this go round has been the chili honey butter chicken, but that's not to say that this one won't be up there. I'm usually not as big of a pork fan as I am chicken or beef, but Jonathan loves pork chops, so I think this will be a winner for him. So I'm going to get started. Jonathan will be getting home before too long, so we might see him bust in here. We'll see how this goes, and I'll keep you updated. Hopefully it'll go pretty well. I've already cooked 2 of their meals, no big issues, just a little annoyance because I'm used to my pre-packaged, you know, all together meals that I just grab and go. But if that's where you can save on cost, then that's very well worth it, and something that I have to consider if I'm going back to HelloFresh after this month of seeing what else is out there. So I'm going to fast forward things, and I will probably come back at the very end to say these are my final thoughts. If I can clarify the cost, I will do that down in the description box below, so just check on that to see if I can, you know, say this is what it would be without a discount per week for 3 meals, 2 servings a meal. So anyway, I'm gonna get started, and I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Alright y'all, so my husband came in, he helped me finish up dinner, and I was really glad to have this box. Y'all are probably going to be sick of me talking about how I like a little trash station, but I do. I think Rachel Ray has like a bowl that she does everything in, but I think it's more like compost for her. That was a pretty easy meal. There hasn't been anything super complicated. The one I made earlier today took like 3 pots, pans, cookware, whatever. This one only required 2, and we're really looking forward to dinner. We're excited about the biscuits. That's kind of a change in what we've had before. As I mentioned in the description below, I will put down the cost once I clarify a couple of things, but that's pretty much it. I'm excited to eat and for Jonathan to clean up the kitchen afterwards. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you stick around for some videos with my mama.